Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's episode, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna answer two questions from my comment section. So I got a message from the grassier. I hope I pronounced your username correctly. Her YouTube name is Proverbs. Oh, that's really nice. So she said, "Hi Cheryl, thank you always for journaling your journey in your work from home nurse role. It has been helpful. Thank you. I follow along as much as possible to gain valuable insight from you, but don't always get the full gist because I don't speak Tagalog." And then she also said that your videos are so helpful and offer much insight into remote nursing world. I would like to understand more about metrics as I've heard they are difficult to meet and understand, especially coming from the bedside. Okay, so Proverbs. Um, I am a Filipina. I came from the Philippines. That's why I speak Tagalog. But for you, I'm gonna try my best to give more information about remote nursing. And thank you so much for the support to my channel. I really created this channel, like my work from home videos, to really help and to pay it forward to share what I can share. And it can be very handy for someone else who would also transition into remote nursing. So okay, so you wanted to know about the metrics. So being a work from home nurse, it's very I can say that you can compare it to like an office kind of style. So it's an organization that based on performance. So basically, what we are graded is about productivity. So the number of cases that we process and the quality of the work. So we do have what we call auditors to check the quality of our work when we do review. So first, why is it, so you wanted to know why is it difficult to meet the metrics. So what I can only share is, of course, or what my company has for our performance metrics. So my line of business, or the account that I belong to, is an inpatient admission. So it's called concurrent, or it's inpatient admissions of the patient. Our target in a day is like 15 cases, or 15 clinical summary, 15 reviews. They all mean the same thing. So it's 15. The target is 15. So why is it difficult to meet that target? So number one factor I would say is the number of pages that you are about to review when you are reviewing an inpatient when you review an inpatient case. Okay, so there are times that the hospital would send us medical records, and sometimes they would send like 20 pages, sometimes 70 pages, sometimes over 100 pages. And that would if affect how fast you're going to finish one case, right? Because you have to go through page by page of that clinical for you to check what is going on with the patient. So as a concurrent nurse, we do review the inpatient day, like per day, like per hospital day. So once the patient go to the ER, and once there is an order for an inpatient admission, that is where my work as an inpatient nurse will start. So day one, when the patient becomes admitted, day two, progress notes, day three, progress notes, and so on. So we have to like go through. It's like, you know, when you are in bedside nursing, right? You will have to like everything that would happen to the patient, the if the patient underwent the surgery, or if the patient, what medications the patient had, how was the vital signs of the patient, like everything that happens about the patient. So you have to like, you know, create a summary, a clinical summary of what's going on with the patient. That is what I basically like do in a nutshell. Number two, second factor would be the process. So when we do reviews, it's not we don't start just, you know, create a summary or just typing what happened to the patient. It's not the first step that we do. So what we're gonna do is like we have to check first the patient's eligibility. We have to check first if the facility or if the hospital the patient admitted to is a participating facility or non-participating facility. Like there are steps that you need to do before you create a review, and then after you create a review, you have to like decide based on your nursing judgment if the case will be approved or not, because if not, then we have to do another step to send the case to the doctor. So number two reason is the process, the workflow. So I would say that from the start to finish, I think sometimes you can finish a case in 20 minutes, but sometimes it takes me like an hour to finish one case, depending on how complex the case is. So that's why it's kind of like hard to hit that 15 a day. The last reason is that I think this is the most like the major factor. The third reason is the major factor why it's so hard to hit that productivity target. It's because as a concurrent nurse, I just don't review a case. So there are like other tasks that are assigned to me that I have to do. So if the patient is like assigned to like a third party, then that's a different process, and I have to like inform the facility that we don't handle it. We have to send a notification back to them, so that's not counted as a productivity. Another thing, if you need to like call a provider or a facility, if you have like questions about your case or anything that you like, you know, it takes up your time, right? If you call someone and if you talk to someone, that takes up your call, that takes up time, and that is not counted as a productivity. So when we do also discharges of this patient, so as a concurrent nurse, it is my responsibility to follow through the admission of the patient up until discharge. But when I do discharge my patient, it's not counted as my productivity. It's like an extra effort, but it would take your time to discharge a patient, but it's not counted as your productivity. What else? When we process a case that is from the doctor, so I mentioned a while ago that if we can't approve the case, because we cannot as a nurse, we cannot deny a case. It's only the medical director is the only person who is allowed to deny a case. So once we send the case to the doctor and the doctor sends us back the case to process, that is also not counted as a productivity. So it also takes up time. It takes also up the time. There's that. What else? Of course, when we attend meetings, or when we finish like a training or an online course, it's not counted as our productivity. But in a day, if you attended a meeting for an hour or two, that's already, from your like 7.5 hours, and then you attended 1 to 2 hours of meeting, then your productive time would only be like what, 5 or 6 hours. But still you are expected to hit 15 that day. So those are the reasons why it's so hard to hit that 15 production. So although what's good about my company is that we the management computes our target every month based on the average of the group. So there's that. Meaning, although our like goal is to hit 15 a day, but it also would depend on how many cases in average does a nurse like able to finish. So sometimes our monthly, it varies. So sometimes our target is 12.6. Like I think last month, for the month of September, I think it was like 12.6. For the month of like August, we had like I think 13.7 productive target. And then I think there are months that has like 11. So yeah, it varies every month. But that is just but that's the like the adjustment that our leadership is doing right now, because it is really hard to hit the target. But what I can tell you is that there are nurses that can hit that 15 a day and can even go beyond that. So I don't know if it really depends on the nurse who processed the case. But personally, I cannot hit that 15 because I'm not that fast probably. Okay, so there's that. The second metric that we are being scored is the quality score. So in every case that we do, in every like from the start to the end, our our summaries are being audited. I think for me personally, the quality is easier to hit than the productivity, because if you follow the workflow, like step by step of the workflow, definitely you will be able to hit the quality score. In my department, I think our like meeting score is 90%. So it's 90 and up. So that is when you are gonna meet the target. So just to also give you like a context, we are graded like I think like 4 levels. So we have like the excellent, like that's the top notch, and then like meeting more of the expectation, and then meeting expectation, and then not meeting expectation, sort of like that. So there are like 4 categories how you're being graded. So it really depends on your score. So for example, if for the month of October, I was able to hit 15, but our target is only 12, then I was able to exceed the expectation, right? So I will have, a score that is higher. But if ever that my target for that month is 12, but then my score is only 6, my performance would be not meeting expectation, sort of like that. So I think that's what I can share about the production, or about the performance metrics. So there, I hope I answered your question. Okay, guys, so I think that's it. That will be the part one of my video. Please watch out for the second part of this video. I'm gonna answer the second question that was sent to me. So I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.